I like that I have a full couch here, by the way. This is kind of nice.
I know, I feel
right?
like I should
Yeah.
do something like this.
Wow. That is the first time I've gotten such applause for just like laying down on something. It's great.
Alrighty, well, enough of this nonsense. Oh, sure. Let's just, fine.
No, I can answer questions.
No.
It's fine.
You just keep changing position for
Please,
the next 45 minutes.
I'll change positions every time you ask me a question, which at this rate is I'm going to be stuck like this for the next 40 minutes.
Alrighty. So our first question is from Sophie Gaze, who is asking on behalf of her brother,
Apparently she's
Josh.
right there. I just hear this like, up in the front row. Oh, they picked my question. It's the best.
What inspired you to start making videos?
Oh, man. Okay, so I've talked about this on the Draw My Life video, but no one believed in me. Honestly, that was the sad truth of the matter. I was trying to get a job. I had graduated from college about 2 years prior, and even though I had a really good academic record, even though I had been working as a director and actor in theater for about 2 years, no one wanted to take a chance on me. No one wanted to really like reach out and say like, hey, you're a smart kid, so we want to give you a job. And so I started the channel as a means of showing people, hey, look, I'm someone who can write and research and edit and say funny things about video games and help educate people. And it was kind of a means of showcasing to them like a portion of my resume to show that like I did have value and that I could be a valuable employee. And that's kind of what started it, honestly. Was to show off that I was worthy of a job, and at a time when no one would take a chance on me, you guys did. And it was, so I say this to people in the meet and greets sometimes. Everything has to be so abbreviated in the meet and greets, but like, it's thanks to you guys believing in me that I've been able to have this life-changing experience, right? And we're in such I'm in such a fortunate position that like, from you watching our videos, we're able to give a positive impression and a positive viewpoint of the world to so many millions of people here and internationally. And it's incredible. So like the simple act of you watching a video helps inspire millions of people and get people to think critically about the world around them and educate themselves, all because of this kind of community that we've built. And it's pretty incredible to watch this thing that started at my lowest of lows take me to a point where like my life is fundamentally different, and we've been able to spread so much positivity to so many viewers.
Wow. So, you've been making videos for a really, oh yeah, here we go.
Yes, Chris?
You've been making videos for a really long time, obviously.
Thanks. Are you calling me old?
I didn't say that. You said that.
You've been making videos for a really long time. Thanks, Chris.
Well, anyway, so you've been making videos for a long time, which means you have to have experiences where you couldn't quite figure out what to do next. So Joey at VidCon asks, what do you do when you hit a dead end, when you're trying to create stuff?
Ooh, that's a good question. So we've been doing game theory for 7 years now, which is crazy to think about. Like we are almost at like 10 years of nerding out over video games, which is wild. Thank you. Yes. Woo. And so in 7 years, you're making a lot of videos at that point. And so when you hit kind of a creative roadblock, I think a lot of the inspiration comes from the community, quite honestly. So the way that we structure programming on Game Theorist and Film Theory is that I will kind of do a mix of episodes that are partly, what franchises are important for us to talk about right now. Fortnite, PUBG, kind of battle royale stuff is really relevant right now. Well, but then you have your wheelhouse episodes, your FNAFs, your Marios, your Pokemon, like things that are always there. Yeah. Was that exciting for FNAF or? That was FNAF? Okay. Was that Mario? Pokemon? Wow, Pokemon! Suck on that, Scott Cawthon. Gotta catch 'em all. So anyway, like as I structure the programming, I think about like balancing out episodes around like here are the wheelhouse franchises for game theory, right? The FNAF, the Pokemon, the Mario, the Nintendo properties, things like that. Doki Doki is now one of those. Yeah, just Monica. There's a Doki Doki one coming out tomorrow, actually. Great, good. We'll have a couple hundred viewers. Fantastic. And then I'll try to balance it out with stuff that's like more topical and relevant, and then I'll balance it out with stuff that is sometimes like what is a passion project of mine, or like a topic that might not fit into either of those other categories, but I'm really excited to try it out. It's an opportunity to find like new audiences, or we've never covered anything like this before, and it's something that's intellectually it prompts my intellectual curiosity. And the episode topics really range from here's a cool game to talk about to hey, I just read a paper about invisibility cloaks in real life. So how can I work that into some game franchise? And so structuring the programming of the channel that way helps keep me always thinking about different avenues to approach episodes. It keeps like the creative fresh for me, and it keeps me talking about a lot of different topics, so that way it doesn't really get stale. But then in those moments where I am suffering from a really big creative roadblock, or I need something completely out of left field, that's when, going on to the Game Theory subreddit is really helpful. A lot of people submit excellent suggestions from Twitter. And so those are really, and also at events like this, during the meet and greet yesterday, I got like 3 great episode ideas for like a Mario Tennis theory, a Portal theory, things like that. So those kind of all go into this master list that I have that I'll just pull from as I'm thinking about like what the next 3 episodes should be. So yeah, there you go.
Wow. I'm pretending like I didn't know a lot of this. Oh, wow, fascinating. I had no idea. Well, I'm going to ask another question, so if you would.
This is a hard one to answer, and
well, because you've changed physical direction, I think it's a good time to change direction away from the channel for a hot sec.
Okay.
Let's bring it back on to you. This question is from Bubbles Blossoms. If you could be any kind of Disney character, who would you be?
Any kind of Disney character?
I threw the kind in.
I would like to be a talking animal. That's a kind of Disney character, right?
You know what? Thank you for answering my question, but Bubbles Blossom's question is, who would you be if you were any Disney character?
Oh, that's such a good question.
Thank you, Bubbles.
Is there like a male equivalent of like Belle? I feel like I would make a very good masculine Belle, but only like slightly masculine, because I would still sing and dance through the town. And I would still be like reading my books and talking about how like the town thought I was weird and quirky. But yeah, I think Belle and me are like totally simpatico. Or if you take me plus Belle and then mix in a little bit of me plus Belle and mix in a little bit of Scar, that would be good.
Ooh.
Scar, right? We can all agree that Scar is like one of the coolest villains in Disney history, right? There is like a hardcore Scar fan in like the second row right there. Your screech of joy was fantastic. Yeah!
So is Scar more because of his character, or more because Jeremy Irons has an amazing voice?
I think it's partly how cool his voice was. I think, but also, honestly, like, let's defend a Disney. I mean, that's what I do on a daily basis, right? It's like, let's defend this villain. Let's take down this hero. But no, I think Scar was, clearly a horrific murderer. So, I'm talking myself into a hole right now. This can't go well. What am I doing?
And on to the next question.
No, but like, if you accept like the whole horrific murderer bit, he worked hard to get to where he wanted to go. He had a plan. He was very strategic about his plan, and he worked hard to get there. Granted, he murdered people along the way, which is kind of a bummer, but understatement of the year. But he was just a really cool character. Like, and also, "Be Prepared" is like the single best Disney song ever. It's so good.
It really is.
Yes, that person. Who's that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Be prepared. It's so good. Anyway.